Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about a huge cooldown that's coming for the northeastern United States, and that is also going to bring the potential for some snowfall as well. So we're going to talk about all of those things in just a moment. Anyways, for today's comment of the day, I want to know, do you think anyone will see any accumulations with this upcoming snowfall? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. Now, first things first, here is a look at 2 days ago's storm reports. We had 100 hail reports, 61 wind reports, and 9 tornado reports. That was April 28th. That was a big severe weather day. I just wanted to show you guys the updated and official. This should be the final update here for the amount of storm reports we had. So 9 tornadoes across multiple states there: Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Illinois, Tennessee. Super interesting. And then here was yesterday, and we had 12 wind reports, and that was about it. So that was for mostly Illinois, Wisconsin, and then New Jersey, and potentially even Pennsylvania there. I can't even tell which state that was in on either side, but somewhere there in the mid-Atlantic. Now let's get right into that temperature anomaly, because I know that's why all of you are watching this video, because we're talking about that potential, or really it's not even a potential at this point, that cool down that is coming, because it's coming today through tomorrow. For the northeastern United States. And look, this is as of 2 a.m. this morning. We had 10 to 15 to 20 degrees above normal for many regions throughout the northeastern corner of the United States. But by time we're taking a look at Friday afternoon, today's afternoon at about 2 p.m. today, you can tell that we have 10 to 15 to even 20 degrees below normal temperatures there for Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, and Maine even. Kind of just leapfrogs over New Hampshire there, but I'm sure they're going to get plenty of cold temperatures as well. The eastern seaboard, you can tell, is still dealing with some of those warmer than normal conditions. So this is kind of a battle of the two air masses, but definitely that colder air has for sure made its way into the interior northeastern United States here by this point. Let's go ahead and take a look at about 6 a.m. here on Saturday, May 1st. Which is going to be tomorrow, by the way. My May forecast is expected to be out tomorrow, so you guys can look forward to that. And as you can see, by the time we're taking a look at tomorrow morning, we do have 10 to 15 to even 20 degrees below normal for pretty much all of the northeastern United States and the mid-Atlantic and the Ohio Valley by this point. Plenty of that going on, especially for West Virginia, Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and then now even Maine is kind of being excluded there from that, but it's just going back and forth. So don't pay too much mind to that. Now, this will be very frigid air. Now, this is at about maybe 6 or 7 a.m., so this isn't even the low temperatures here on Saturday, May 1st, but you could tell that we have mid to lower 30s and 20s for this time of year. I don't know what you guys would consider this. Way up north, you might think that this isn't that frigid, but for me in Virginia, that is certainly frigid for this time of year. So there's no doubt in my mind that I would consider that frigid. Now, I know a lot of you are curious, so what we're going to do is in a moment, we're going to take a look at that total snowfall. We're going to take a look at the simulated radar, take a look at that snowfall come in, and then the total snowfall. And then we're just going to move on further with this Arctic blast. How long is it going to last, and when will the warm temperatures return? We're going to take a look at all of those things in just a moment. All right, now here we are taking a look here at, I would say about 3 p.m. here on Friday. So later today, we will see some snowfall begin to mix in there for the Adirondacks. But by the time we're taking a look at about 11 p.m. tonight on Friday, look at that widespread snowfall from the Finger Lakes all the way up through the Adirondacks, and then also from the Green Mountains down through the Berkshires, and then also the White Mountains getting included there. Some of this snowfall there in the darker blues is moderate to heavy at this point. So this is maybe a little bit of a accumulating snowfall event for some higher elevation regions. We'll take a look at those things in just a moment, but let's just take a look at about 5 a.m. here on Saturday, May 1st. You can see the snow showers are still around, becoming a little more light by this point. And then by the time we're taking a look at about 11 a.m., they should be all said and done by 11 a.m. tomorrow. So this is going to be a later today and through tomorrow morning event. And by the time we're taking a look at late morning tomorrow, they should be all said and done. They should be gone by that point. All right, now let's take a look at the European model's total snowfall. And if you're anywhere in the grays, you're taking a look at probably no accumulation, to be honest, given how late in the year we are, but a dusting, if anything, really. Down there in the southern Green Mountains, we see a little bit of some lighter blue. That's maybe a dusting or an inch. And then for the Adirondacks, we get kind of into the darker blues. That might be about 2 to 4 inches of snow, potentially, for some mountaintop regions, which is extremely interesting, obviously, for this time of year. Let's take a look at a higher resolution version of this. This is the NAM 3K model. I guess it's not really a version of that because it's a completely different model. But if you're anywhere in the blues, again, maybe 2 to 4 inches, if not a dusting or so. But now we're seeing some purple showing up for some higher elevation regions there. The Tug Hill there in New York, and then also for the Adirondacks, and then down through the Green Mountains and even the White Mountains. That's approximately maybe approaching 4 to 6 inches of snow there in the purple. And then the pinks is maybe 6 inches plus. So some mountaintop regions might actually get some pretty decent snowfall out of this entire event. Extremely interesting situation, like I said before. And once we get on this higher resolution model, it becomes clear that this is a elevation-based event, which should be obvious in late April, early May. The lower elevation regions are going to really struggle compared to those higher elevation regions. But the beautiful thing here is that I think a lot of folks will see some flakes flying, which is extremely interesting beginning of May. Especially some of those lower elevation regions that are expecting to see some snowfall. It's just very, very odd, but also exciting at the same time. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on, and we're going to take, once again, a look at that temperature anomalies, and we're going to just take a look at when that warm-up could return, and then potentially another Arctic blast. We're going to take a look at all those things in just a moment. All right, now here we are taking a look at about 2 p.m. here on Sunday, May 2nd. And as you can see, this is when basically we already see that warm-up return. So Friday, Saturday, very frigid for the Northeast. Sunday, already warm again, all right? Those darker reds, those browns, that is where we are far above normal temperatures, about 10 to even 20 degrees above normal temperatures there. Now, as we take a look out west, it looks like there could be a negative PNA developing, which is going to allow for those warmer temperatures out east to develop. You can see those colder than normal conditions for the northwestern corner of the United States there. That is exactly what I'm talking about there. Let's just take this towards approximately Monday afternoon, and as you can see, that warm-up is still around for the eastern United States. Not quite as potent by this point, but look at that. Some warmer than normal conditions developing for California and Oregon. That is a positive PNA potentially developing there. Already going back and forth. I talked about this yesterday. I absolutely hate this type of a pattern because it really makes my sinuses and allergies get way worse. Absolutely can't stand it when the weather gets like this, and I always know it's coming when I see a pattern like this. Let's just take this towards about Tuesday afternoon, and as you can see, those temperatures in the eastern seaboard get a lot warmer by this point, but also the temperatures on the western seaboard there as well. That positive PNA is further developing, and you can actually visibly see that colder than normal area, that green and that blue in the middle there, moving further and further east from the western United States. As that positive PNA develops, it's pushing that colder air further east, and you can just tell what is almost certainly coming here by this point. And as we move towards about Wednesday, look at the west coast. It is absolutely just really building in. The eastern seaboard might have another really warm day, especially the southeast and the mid-Atlantic, but it is rapidly coming to an end. As you look further west, there's very cold temperatures moving towards the eastern seaboard here by this point. And then by the time we're reaching about Thursday afternoon at about 2 p.m., you can see that positive PNA has really developed there. And we see that Arctic blast again up there from Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin. That could be very cold. Definitely some frigid air. So it is establishing itself over the eastern half of the country here for sure by this point. Look at the Mid-Atlantic, though, holding on to the warmth. Same story with Florida. But by the time I reach the next frame, it is rapidly reaching the eastern seaboard here. Those greens are becoming extremely widespread, and those blues within the greens, which is about 15 to 30 degrees below normal, is becoming also widespread within there. So if this is to occur the same way this European model is showing it, this could be a very, very potent Arctic blast if it was, again, to occur the exact way this model is showing it, which, of course, it might not. This is 186 hours out. But that actually, in the grand scheme of things, is not that far out. So I'm not quite sure if I don't think this isn't a pretty high probability here. So anyway, speaking of probability, here is our confidence tab. We are at a 5 out of 6. There is some things, again, where we trickle into the longer range here, obviously. But overall, I feel quite confident that this cooldown is coming, the first one especially, with that snowfall being possible. Anyway, for today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, how do you think this upcoming May is going to go? And Jaco Vlog said, I think May will end up being above average for many areas, and I definitely think that that is probable at this point. So we're going to take a look at our May forecast tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that video, as I will be sharing that, like I said, hopefully tomorrow. Anyway, for today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our Platinum patrons, Property Damage, John Benbenick, James Wade, Dovey Nagel, Alan Belemo, Adam S., Larry the Pan, Donna Carnes, Cameron Marshall, and Ada Mattis. Alongside our Diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Alan Cherry, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Codalessa, Michael Buell, Cat Bite, Charles Stinnett, Kellen Manhart, It's Jay, Cindy Klein, Mark J, Luke Flagos, Gary's, and John Quilisi. If you would like to be a part of this exciting Patreon page and be a part of this patron end screen of the day, you can do so by joining our very exciting Patreon page in the description and in the pinned comments down below. I would also ask you to join our very awesome channel membership. This is our channel members right here: Weather Top Dog, Hair Farms 1, and then Superfan Phoenix Nimitz. You can join that by hitting that button next to the subscribe button down below. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to destroy the like button, be sure to comment for the YouTube algorithm, and be sure to subscribe if you like weather related content. I will see you guys in the next video.